Before I became known for growing moringa trees and teaching others how to build their own businesses with plants, I actually started my business journey by selling candy. When I was 14 years old, I started my very first business selling candy on the Tri-Rail in West Palm Beach. It's a commuter train that I took to school every single day. And I started this little side hustle to get extra cash quickly. And this changed my life forever because from that moment on, I never looked back in this entrepreneurial journey. And it definitely has been a journey, like building this pile of moringa sticks. I had to harvest all of these leaves just to make this pile. Now I'm putting these sticks out in the field as fertilizer, getting ready for our spring season. From that time in high school, I took the same mindset, scaled it up, and bought 31 vending machines when I was in college here in the Tampa Bay area. Those machines gave me the daily cash flow that I needed to help support myself through school. And even after earning a master's degree in architecture from the University of South Florida, I knew that my true passion was actually in building businesses than just being a worker in someone else's business. Some people call this work, but I like to say I'm going outside to play, which I love. That this is a part of my daily routine. At sunset, I get to come outside and also participate in some of this healing, high vibing energy and to participate in things that are going on out here in nature. Since most recently, I've been able to close on this 2.5 acre property. The day that I graduated from college was the day that I sold my vending machine business so that way I could launch my very own plant nursery. Then I started to teach others how they could also grow plants for extra income. I just have a passion for learning. You know, my mom, she never let me watch anything else on TV other than the Discovery Channel or the History Channel or the Animal Planet. Always teaching and educational. And so now I spend a lot of my time teaching and educating others on how they can break free from the system and to begin to do things more for themselves and also utilize nature to its maximum potential. This is a big pile of sticks, man. It's a lot of moringa that I've been harvesting. It's time to get all this out in the field though. That way this is going to feed and protect our babies all throughout the summer season. Our trees will get nice and big with all this extra fertilizer and food. Nothing goes to waste, and I utilize permaculture practices here at my farm in Plant City, Florida. If you're looking for some inspiration and some agricultural business training and tips, well, then you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and do me a huge favor. And continue watching this clip from MoringaCon 24 talking a little bit more about how I got my very first vending machine business started. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you here in Plant City. My farm is open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 2, and you can grab yourself fresh and local moringa products. Give me a call if you need anything. My number is 813-696-6676. Thanks a lot. I started my first business in 2001, when I was a freshman in high school. It was a vending machine business. I started buying lollipops and candy at BJ's, Sam's Club, and then I put them in a bag and I'd sell them. I was a freshman in high school. And so I remember by October, I remember going freshman year, August. And I was like, I need new shoes and new shirts. And, my parents aren't buying me all the cool stuff because I like to look fly and fresh and match, and had to have bandanas, and I got to have these, jewelries and rings and things. And so I'm like, I need to get fresh. So I was like walking through the aisles with my stepmom, and I'm looking, and I had just moved to Florida. I just started going to school 2, 3 months, my freshman year of high school. And I start seeing kids selling candies and lollipops. And I'm seeing cash in their hands. And I'm just like walking through the aisles at BJ's. And I remember this moment. My stepmom stopped. She's getting something. I'm just at the store with her. And I look over, and there's a box of lollipops. And I look at the price. 20, no, I look at the price. $6, $5. $5 for 100 lollipops. It's like, wow. If I sell all these lollipops, I get 25 bucks. $5 for the box. I just cleared 20 bucks. I just 4x my money. 4x. So I said, hey, stepmom, can I borrow $5? I bought that box. I sold all those lollipops. And the next week, I had her take me back, and I bought 4 boxes of lollipops. And it was on from there. And by the time I was a junior in high school, I had about 5 vending machines, 2 of which were at my high school, 2 of which were at my barber shop, right? And then 1 of which I had at my buddy's dad's boat marina. So I had 1 at the boat marina, I had 2 at my barber shop, and I had 2 at my school, my high school. And I moved those around to a couple locations throughout the 2, 3 years that I had them, because there was a storm, it got flooded out, it got broken into, like at the barber shop, but it was cool because I was getting my hair cut, and I'm talking, I'm in the Puerto Rican barber shop down there in Palm Beach, and I'm getting a fade, all city barbers, real cool, chill, and there was little kids in there selling candy. Like, they go across the street, they come back with sweets and things like that, and then all the guys would have their cash out hooking up with these children. I'm just getting a fade, and I'm like, hey, what if I hooked you guys up with some vending machines? Oh man, we've been wanting vending machines. Boom, I went to BJ's, I bought the vending machines straight from BJ's, and I put them in my Suburban one by one, my dad and I, and we dropped them off at the barbershop. And that's kind of how I got going with business in freshman year, and established that drive and knowledge for turning $1 into 2, because I'd have to go buy candy for $100 and then spend a week making $200 from that flip, right? Because I'd put the candy in, I'd buy candy for a quarter, 50 cents, put it in the vending machine for 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. And that's how I started tripling my money. By the time I got to high school, I should say by the time I got to senior year, I already had purchased several vehicles, several boats, lots of toys, lots of fun, lots of clubs, lots of traveling. And by the time I was 18, I had been pretty successful, making several $100,000 a year from my vending machines. So I didn't necessarily have a job. I just, boom, went right into school, into college. I moved, and then moved around a lot to then get to here, into Tampa. And I love Tampa. I'm glad that I settled here in Tampa. From Palm Beach, went to Daytona, to Embry-Riddle, then I went to UCF and Orlando, and then eventually came to Tampa at USF. And have been loving it. I've been here for about 14 years since I first moved to Tampa. And we've gone through several scares, several hurricanes and things like that. But I love the area. I love the trees. I love the climate, mostly for Moringa in the summertime. And everybody's like, oh, it's so hot in Moringa. I'm like, yeah, babies. Yeah, get that heat. Come on, because Moringa love the heat. They love it. When it's so hot outside, the Moringa's just out there, just yeah, showing out, putting all their stuff out. And all of that is coming into our body and absorbing all of that electromagnetic energy, because it thrives. It's like super man. It's like getting the sun, powering up with the sun. When you eat that sun, you're eating the vitamin D, you're eating the minerals, the vitamin A, and all the omegas and everything that's powerful from the sun. You're eating those light rays, and that's what you want. More leafy greens, and also more fruit. You know, um, been hearing a lot, and even myself have experimented with that. Just eating fruit for months at a time as a fruitarian. Fasted for 30 days off of water and moringa. So I've been experimenting with just eating fruits. Like I'll just spend a week eating watermelon alone. I'm just going to eat one watermelon every day for a week. Or like if I sit down and eat a meal, I'm going to eat the whole cantaloupe or two. Or for lunch, I'm going to eat this entire pineapple, or two. So kind of eating in that way. And sometimes I'll even take a little bit of moringa and sprinkle it right on top with a little bit of honey, drizzle a little bit, and sprinkle a little bit of coconut flakes. Cocoa Bay. Right. All right. Well, I've been having lots of fun. We're going to go ahead and take a little break, come back and do CRM Growth OS. We have a whole new section inside the members area. You can upgrade to the Business Plan Pro plus Growth OS, and that'll get you into our private VIP area. That'll get you access to the CRM. So that way you can start building up your own contacts. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. So let's tie it all together. You might be asking, how do we take this idea of the vending machine business and bring it into the future? This is exactly how we plan to do it together as a collective. Before, we had vending machines with candies and sodas. That was poisoning children. It wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good feel, honestly. And during the end of my tenure having a vending machine business, I actually started putting little baggies of moringa seeds and moringa loose leaf and moringa tea and moringa powder in my vending machines. But those people were already so accustomed to the poison, the toxins, they didn't really know, they weren't really open to the idea of it at the time. I didn't really have a lot of time to continue that thought. Very shortly after, within just about 6 months or so from introducing those types of products into my vending machines, I sold the business and began growing my plant nursery. Essentially, I got to this location and started planting thousands and thousands and thousands of moringa trees in pots. But I never forgot this idea of taking the vending machine business into the future and potentially putting fruits and veggies and moringa fully in a machine in location where people are already interested and accustomed to the health and the vision. And I think here we are about 10 years later from this idea. And I think more and more and more people are opening up to the idea of health, wellness, and want to see more healthy items inside of vending machines. So we're going to transition from this past sick, death, toxic, poison lifestyle and bring it into the future with a processing center. Now, our company grows moringa trees for the purpose of creating healthy handmade moringa products. We want to be able to put our teas and powders and capsules and tinctures and oils in a very easy and contained space so that way people can shop with us in a very small location, say at a strip mall or a small commercial storefront. I had the ability to practice this idea for 2 years. I had a store in St. Pete on 38th Avenue North near the Tyrone Mall. And it was a very small storage unit. And I did something very similar to this for 2 years, and it was super successful. I want to be able to get back to this idea and rent a small space together with the collective so that way people could walk in, have easy access to a vending machine style operation, which is very little overhead and very little, say, labor costs, where most people could just come in 24 hours a day if it was secure, could be able to shop their moringa products. We're specifically focused on moringa as our main goal. The reason why I say people could come in at all hours is because even with me at the store working late, people are knocking at the door at 11 o'clock at night saying, "Hey, I need my moringa." This is a very serious matter because it is very super healthy and it's good for you. And people are busy and have odd schedules, and they want to be able to grab whatever they want whenever they want. And so we want to be able to have that ability to be able to just walk in, and these are the vending machines essentially lined up, and we have access to the machines in the back, so we could easily open them up from the back or easily have a access to where we could fill them up in the front. We would figure it out. This would be a custom setup to where we could even fill from the back, very similar to like a cooler at a gas station or something, you know, a walk-in cooler, and how they fill from the back and you grab your drinks. Very similar to that, we would have a small processing center. We could actually turn the back area into a processing and drying and packaging room, where we just bring it right out into this space. This is going to be our collective processing center that we begin to franchise these locations out and around town, so that way our members can become owners and managers of these locations. This essentially is a store as a central hub for our members that are around town. So like if you're a grower and you're a grower and you're a grower and you're a grower, these growers have the ability to then bring their material to one central location. One of the issues that I'm facing here now, a bottleneck in my company, is that I only have a limited amount of space to dry, and I have hundreds of people around the neighborhood here that want to bring their greens to my place. And the whole point of me training and teaching people how to do what I do is so that way they can do what they're doing at their location. We really need more drying centers. So these small commercial spaces could be used as a processing and drying room that we could then package and bring right out into our storefront. This essentially is the goal and what we're transitioning from this idea of vending machine business into the future. So if you'd like to be more a part of our program, if you'd like to be more a part of the coaching and teaching and training that I offer inside of the Grow Moringa Collective, you can go to growmoringa.com, sign up right there. Or if you want to get a call back from me, just text collective to 813-696-6676. And stay tuned. I'm going to be posting more videos here on this channel. Like and subscribe. And thanks a lot for watching and learning a little bit more about how we are going from the old into the new. You could say it's almost like the age of Aquarius. So thanks a lot. Peace and love.